and welcome to another edition of Showbiz Insider. That's your review of the top entertainment news stories of the month. I'm Zoe and we're coming to you from Cavalli Club, Dubai. So this month was entirely dedicated to design. That's fashion design, art design, and even a crazy dose of comic design. First up, a new district opened its doors and was entirely dedicated to creativity. Such a great atmosphere down at Meet D3. Einstein said, "Creativity is contagious, pass it on." And Walt Disney said, "If you can dream it, you can do it." In that spirit, Dubai Design District appeared out of the desert with an eclectic program of design, art and performances called Meet D3. The purpose-built design and creative hub unveiled its master plan last year, and the first phase is on schedule for delivery. Meet D3 hosted a curated showcase of Dubai's creative minds, as well as international design talent to introduce the district to Dubai.
So Meet D3 is really an invitation to the public to come get to know Dubai Design District. So we came up with this idea, if you like, as a campaign, come meet D3. As you can see, we're part of the Phase 1 development, so we're very pleased. Phase 1 is design, is ready, and we've got commercial tenants, we've got creative business partner talents, and it's really about celebrating their work.
Whose brainchild is this? Who came up with this?
Well, I have to say, and I have to give thanks to, obviously, we're part of TCOM Investments, and TCOM Investments is part of Dubai Holding. And obviously, D3 is very much part of Sheikh Mohammed's vision, of realizing the fact that one day he wants to also have a district that is purely for the design and creative community. So I would say that it's really, Dubai, Brand Dubai's brainchild.
Evolutionary and organic, everything is design, and this was widely interpreted in different forms. Installations such as Wink Space from Japan is a marvel of mobile design, a kaleidoscope and the world's first zipper architecture.
This is a modern form of architecture. He uses zippers and it collapses down into a small box. So he really went into his origami style to figure this thing out.
So what is the concept behind it? Why is the interest in this kaleidoscopes? I mean, I love kaleidoscopes, doesn't everybody?
He has an architectural background and he believes this is kind of an alternate form of living. So like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing is what it is to me, at least. This is how people would live in the future. They'd have collapsible homes, and in times of disaster you could just pop a home open.
The mysterious walk-through project lines by Lebanese artist Gafen Jad aims to celebrate discovery, spatial construction and curiosity, only revealing its path to those who walk it.
Actually, as architects, we wanted to create a spatial installation, a walkthrough that people would go in and interact with all the planes of the space. So they interact with the floor, they reveal from the sand the lights that draw off the roof. So this was actually the feeling of being in a very tight space and experiencing the height of the space.
And that leads up to a series of multimedia experiences created by local entrepreneur collaborations, such as Cinema Akil and Gazette, exploring experimental film and performance.
Cinema Akil is a pop-up platform that focuses on bringing independent content and independent films to Dubai. So what we do is we tie up with different events and different venues to showcase all different kinds of films, feature-length films, shorts, experimental art films. What we're showing here is we're showing two films by an artist based in Paris, Katrina Jeb, who works very closely with Tilda Swinton on art films and experimental art videos.
Film Life Eraser is Brit artist Katerina Jeb's challenge of female icons, their identity and the perception of beauty. That's through seemingly improvised rants performed by Tilda Swinton.
It's an idea within which one sees the removal of the individual spirit from everything around it and gives it an opportunity to be still and to be literally unborn.
An even more famous image is the iconic Obey face, live pasted in a massive 30 by 8 meter square graphic. Eben Heath brings poetry to life in the third dimension, and Ben Ine's alphabet mural reads hand in hand. That's a message promoting cross-cultural cooperation through art. And looking up, the multi-purpose dragon skin has interactive panels for visitors to play with the colours themselves.
We knew that this is an outdoor event. We didn't want people to be uncomfortable in the day, so we definitely needed shaded areas. And so the two companies that were collaborating on this project, Wonders Wagner and Penguin Cube, they're both future tenants of D3. One is an architecture firm and one is a branding agency. They kind of designed the overall aesthetics of the event. Even the wayfinding on the roads was designed by them. So the signage, the hoardings. And so they kind of co-created this concept together.
Combining the worlds of design, technology and fashion, 3 is 4 from New York, who are known for dressing celebrities such as Bjork and Yoko Ono, take you through an immersive multimedia presentation of their latest collection, and that's via a virtual runway.
Well, this collection is based on topography, all kinds of topography. We wanted to kind of show the relationship between human anatomy, which was another form of topography, to something like mountain topography and water topography and things like crystals and all kinds of things that are found in nature.
Resident is a multi-brand concept which showcases 30 participants whose work spans across various accessory and lifestyle platforms. The lineup include D3 residents such as Bilarabi, Cage and Rula Gallieni.
It's actually a very exciting concept. It's the first time we do it. We did it in collaboration with Dubai Design District. So they have a lot of talented designers that have signed up and are already part of the community. So as part of Meet D3, they really wanted to give them a space in order to showcase their talent and to give them the opportunity to retail.
The concept behind my design is basically like accessories with a real-life edge. So there's a very strong kind of real-life aspect. It's for women that are kind of pushing the boundaries, they're very proactive, you know. So all the designs have a very strong aesthetic aspect, but they're also very functional as well. So that's the overall kind of spirit of the brand.
And the Cartel is a homegrown wearable art concept store, and retail spaces such as Not Just a Label are devoted to nurturing emerging fashion talent. But it's not just fashion, art and design, there's culinary innovation and pop-up restaurants, and of course the Bumpers and Paws bespoke chewing gum experience.
This is the flavor library where you are now, and people will choose from 200 different flavors, which is more than 40,000 possible flavor combinations, until we go into the next room and people will create their own chewing gum.
So here to the gum base we add powdered sugar, we add citric acid, a vial of flavors, so you choose 2 flavors in the flavor library, and then you get to choose your color. And then we start to mix it all together, and we're going to mix it, and it's going to continually get just a little bit harder and firmer, and we're going to need to add a lot more sugar to it. So you'd be surprised how much sugar there is in gum. That's what makes it so delicious. So we mix and mix and mix, and then eventually what's going to happen is it's going to turn hard, and we'll roll it out, and then we can cut it into little pieces. We have these personalized little boxes, so everyone who visits will get to take home a box full of their own gum that they chose the flavor to.
And chewing on funky beats, DJs pumped out spontaneous music compositions. The Andy Walu tent went off, and on the main stage, there was everyone from John Newman to Dub FX to the Narcissist.
The sort of appreciation for culture, which it doesn't have now, is growing, and the people who are involved trying to develop a culture and a sort of character for Dubai is wonderful. As regards to how a future city should look like, it's shaped by the people in it.
I mean, that's how I see it. Not many people can actually say they've seen a city transform. You know, you live in countries and you live in cities that have been around for a very long time. There's a history, there's a culture there. You know, you live in houses that are hundreds of years old. But over here, like we've had the opportunity to be a part of the growth, and along with it, we grow too.
D3 is really designing an all-new funky Dubai. Amazing what's happening in the city at the moment. And from Meet D3 to meeting some of the best fashion designers of the moment. Next up, we've got Fashion Forward.